Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do a Capricorn mid-March Tarotscope. So this is just going to be an energy check-in for the last couple of weeks of March. We're just going to look into where you're at, anything you need to be aware of, any messages that are wanting to come through, and what to expect. So do keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements, because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. All right, Capricorn. Two Hecate cards flew out like right in the beginning. So I'm going to put those to the side. Hecate is the goddess of like the crossroads. And it's always an encouragement to, for me anyway, it's an encouragement to kind of take your power back and be aware that you are kind of at this crossroads, and you have the power to move in the direction that you want to do. So don't just kind of throw your hands up and go, I'll take whatever comes next. To me, it's always like a message to remember that you're more in control of your path than you realize, especially after you've done a lot of, healing and shadow work and stuff. It's always also a message to be mindful of where you may be giving away your power or giving away your authority to somebody else. So just be mindful of like any underlying like power struggles, power dynamics, competitive kind of energy. Let's see if we can get any further messages, any further clarity on this. Yeah, it feels like it's like use your power to create and not to feel like you need to protect yourself. You're meant to be creating, and when you don't focus as much on what you're wanting to create or what your desires are or what you would like to experience, then you get more in the space of letting fate decide and then always feeling like you're having to protect yourself. I feel like you're very protected right now. You're in a very strong space. You're in a very protected space. And I feel like the message is to, to like recognize the potential you have right now. Recognize your power, recognize your strength. This is your opportunity to move forward and to create the change that you want to see, the change that you want to experience. I kind of feel it's like you don't have to protect yourself as much as you think you do. Like you only need protection. Again, you only need like fierce protection when you're kind of giving over your free will. Like you have free will. Use your free will. I also feel like there's a lot of like passionate energy coming in for you right now. A lot of energy that is initiating change, a lot of inspiration, a lot of creative energy. It could also be you're connecting to somebody that is initiating a big change in your life. And again, you have the ability to direct this change in the way that you in the direction that you want. I also feel like don't look at it as a problem that needs to be fixed, but an opportunity to like create the solution, or to create the outcome. Let's see how this is showing up in your energy this month. You're in this energy of a brand new, you're in this space of like a brand new cycle, a brand new beginning. But there's something about this that feels eerily similar to a past cycle that you've been in, or you might be fearful that it's going to be like a repeat of the past. But I feel like it's your free will. It's your decision what you want to do with this, because you've already overcome those lessons. You've already overcome those obstacles of the past. The cycles always kind of repeat themselves, so a lot of times things are going to look very similar, but the only reason that the negative aspect of it is repeating itself is because that's where more of our energy goes, or we're moving out of fear, or we're moving or saying we don't have any control. And so the serendipity card is asking you to like enjoy this, enjoy the experience, get in the flow. Like this is your opportunity to create. I do feel like for some of you, you might not be sure of what direction that you're meant to be going in, or what are the next steps. But I feel like you will get the answers. You'll get the guidance that you need as it, as you move forward, as it flows in the flow. Just be mindful not to try to get too much into like a defensive stance. All right, let's get more clarity on this. See how it's going to show up. See if there's anything else to expect and look out for this month. You have been through, and I kind of feel like this is like maybe the last 10 months. For some of you, it's the last 10 years. But you've been through like a lot of heavy shit. You've recently gone through a pretty difficult ending. You've dealt with a lot of betrayal in your life. But I feel like what you need to know is like, it's done. Like, it's done. You don't like all of this ending, all of this chaos, all of this craziness was necessary to pull you away, or pull away anything that was like dimming your light, basically. And I feel like you're really in this beautiful space of success. You're in this beautiful place of fulfillment. But I do feel that you might be a little bit apprehensive. I do also kind of feel like on an emotional level, because of everything that you've dealt with, because of everything you've gone through, because of like the pain, the emotional pain that you've dealt with, that like on an emotional level, you're just not feeling completely settled. And there might still be a lot of like emotional, like just emotional pain kind of like lingering, or all the shit that you went through in the past made you like much more numb than you realize. Or you might be like trying not to get too emotionally invested in something. Yeah, it's like you're in this really beautiful space of success. You're in the space of receiving what you want to receive. You've nurtured this new beginning for a long time. Like you've wanted this energy for a long time, but I do feel that you're just feeling very apprehensive. You might even be experiencing some sort of delays, or things moving a little bit slower than you anticipate. But honestly, I feel like it's because you're meant to be in a space of receiving. And in order to be in that space of receiving, you have to really let yourself kind of tap into your emotional world, and find a little bit more comfort in that emotional world. Yeah, Three of Wands, you're in this really beautiful space of growth. But I kind of feel like you're also kind of like waiting, like you're waiting. I feel like things are maybe moving a little bit slow, or just that you're not able to see like the finish line, and so it's a little bit unnerving. And so I think that might put you in a space of like bracing, like you're waiting for things to kind of flow, but it's also like unnerving, so you're kind of like bracing for impact. I also feel like whatever the situation is that you're dealing with now, there is a lot of like similarities, uh and so it's making you apprehensive, and so it's difficult to kind of see the potential, and it's easier to lean more towards the what if. But you have the Six of Cups. You have the Six of Cups, the Strength card, and the Sun card. That's all Leo energy. You also had Archangel Gabriel show up, which is Leo energy. You also have this Ace of Wands again, which is Leo energy. Um, you might be dealing with a Leo. You might have a lot of Leo in your chart, but this is also inner child healing. And it's about being able to be in that space of not only like complete trust and faith, but faith in the fact that you're here to have good experiences. Giving yourself permission to kind of like soften up, giving yourself permission to just kind of like flow with this. For some of you, I feel like you've very much like connected to like a soulmate type of connection, or somebody that just really feels like home. And the outcome is the Magician. The Magician is literally like the outcome is what you make of it, which is not to put pressure on you, but it's to say you have everything you need. You are in a good space. You have everything you need to manifest what it is that you want to manifest. I do feel that you don't need to necessarily be in a space of like trying to control it or trying to actively force it, but recognizing your own power, your own free will. And I do also feel that this is going to require like a lot of vulnerability from you. It's requiring you to be willing to be a little bit more vulnerable, or be willing to be a beginner, or being willing to kind of go into something like blind without having everything laid out, like, so you know what you're dealing with. And the Six of Pentacles is a message to like be mindful of the energy exchanges, right? And what that means is like things need to be balanced. So it's not just a matter of like physical effort, right? It's also the emotional effort that's involved. It's also your emotional state when you are focusing on something or connecting with somebody. Give me a little bit more clarity on this. Yeah, it kind of feels like a trial and error thing. Like be willing to kind of like give a little bit more, or trust a little bit more, or you know, give a little bit more vulnerability. Um be willing to kind of test the waters with this person, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but like watch how the energy flows, right? Trial and error. If you do something and it doesn't seem to like flow in the way you want it to, that's okay. Take a step back, pause and reflect. Okay, what do I want? But I feel like overall, you're meant to be taking a leap of faith. You're supported in taking a leap of faith. You're supported in this new beginning. Yeah, what you're not seeing is Ace of Pentacles. Like, this is a beautiful new opportunity. This is something that you can work with. This is something you're going to be able to build from. But with Nine of Wands and the Moon, Nine of Wands, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords, like your past wounds, you've gone through so much of a battle, it's still making your emotional world, like you're a little bit uncertain. It's difficult to trust, and that's okay, but it's making you look at things in a much more logical kind of perspective, and you don't really want to approach this with logic. You want to approach it more on the sense of, if my heart wants something, I can manifest this, I can create this, I can experience this. Love you guys. Have a good month.